Hey everybody, we are live here working on our kettlebell swings. When good swings go bad and how to get them back again. This is your Wednesday workout tip of the week. I'm Ryan McKenzie. Let's get to work. One of the big things that I see a lot of trainers doing, and it's really a great exercise, is using a kettlebell to do kettlebell swings. A lot of power production, a lot of hip recruitment, a lot of really great work through a kettlebell swing that you can get out of it. It's just one of the best exercises you can do, and it's a low impact exercise if it's done correctly. So what we want to do is to be able to notice when our clients are messing up their swings, when they're getting them wrong, especially in a group. So if you can spot it quickly, you can correct it quickly. Now, in this video, I'm not going to show you how to set up a swing, how to coach a swing. All we're doing is how to recognize when they're going wrong and what you can do really quickly to bring them back again. So obviously you're a great coach, and we're going to assume that you have set them up properly, that you've taught them everything they need to know and everything they need to work through to make sure they're swinging the right way from the get-go, that you've brought them through some hip hinge exercises, you've brought them through everything to progress them. You're not just throwing them into a swing. We're assuming that, and we're looking into the group. So these are the two big things that happen the most in groups with kettlebell swings. Is you'll get guys here, or girls, anybody, and they start swinging, and instead of getting a good solid swing where the hips go back and they drive it forward, and we're swinging and driving it forward, all of a sudden they start doing this. And the big difference there is I'm no longer tipping at the hip, I'm squatting it up and down. So instead of tipping, they start dropping. You see the difference, right? You've seen the difference. That is a huge thing to look for. A lot of coaches will actually tell people, keep your chest up. On a good swing, you don't really want your chest up. You want it flat, back flat, strong back. And we want this to actually tip forward and drive forward. Hips back, hips forward. And we're driving it in. Now, if you're doing overhead kettlebell swings, I don't know, do that if you want. But for this purpose, what we're looking for is are they actually tipping at the hip, or are they dropping up and down? And that is an easy thing to spot. If you have a group of 8 and you've got 2 or 3 people on kettlebells, 2 or 3 people doing some push-ups, 2 or 3 people on the bikes, and you're doing some kind of circuit, fun circuit, hard circuit, you need your eyes on those people on the kettlebells to watch them. Are they tipping? Are they dropping? Second thing that I notice that you can spot quickly is the top half of their swing. When they get here, is the weight, is it weightless? Could you almost let go of the weight at the top and it doesn't go anywhere? Or are they coming here and they're picking it up, and if I drop it here, it's falling down, right? So at the top of the swing, is it effortless? Have they used their hips and recruited through the glutes so much, and they're swinging so well that the top, it just floats? They catch it again, it floats. Power through it, floats to the top. If they're not, you're gonna see the weight actually point. I'll show you. The weight's actually gonna point straight down because they're trying to pick it up. That is gonna wear out their neck. It's gonna wear out their shoulders. It'll be hard, but it's not gonna be the muscles you want recruited. It's not gonna feel the way that you want it to feel, and they're not gonna get better at the swing and make a total body exercise. It's gonna turn into a neck and a trap and something weird for their spine. So those are 2 big things that I see. Here's my big tip on how to fix it. If you have a circuit, what I teach a lot of my small group trainings is we're going to have stations or circuits set up, because if you have a group of 8, it's near impossible sometimes to have everybody doing the same thing at the same time, and it's harder to coach, and it's more dangerous because there's nobody spotting, all these reasons. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay on the most complicated exercise. We're going to physically stay with them. So for my example earlier, kettlebell swing, push-ups, and the bike, all we're going to do is physically stay near the kettlebell swings. Instead of wandering over and talking to your favorite client who happens to be on the bike and saying, hey, how's your week going? Good, push a little harder, keep going. Yeah, so I did this and this. Did you do this and this? Those are fun conversations to have throughout a workout with people that you get along well with. But if you got a group of 8 and you got a complicated exercise that could go wrong when they get tired, like a kettlebell swing, stay with them. You can always holler across, Johnny, push that bike. Let's go harder. Let's go. Burn the calories, whatever you got to do, right? You can coach the bike from further away much easier than you can coach the swing from farther away. It is hard to tell someone how not to pick the weight up like this and actually let it swing or how not to tip, or how to tip instead of drop if you're far away from them. If you're right next to them and you've got 2 or 3 people doing swings, you can actually put your hands on their hips and remind them to tip. You can help them and relax it, put your hands on their neck, relax your shoulders, right? You can physically help them, give them external cueing, whereas people doing push-ups, people doing the bike don't need typically as much coaching as someone doing a complicated exercise. So this could apply to almost anything you do. Find the one thing that is the most physically, mentally demanding, the hardest to coach, hardest to understand, and stay with that section. Yell out across the room, keep eyes on people, yes, don't ignore them, but physically stay with the people that are working on the physical hardest thing. Try it out this week. Let me know how you guys are doing. And I'd love to know, what do you look for with kettlebells? Is it just the upper half of that swing? Is it just the tip and the drop? What are you doing? What tells you they need help? They're not getting it. Because someone who gets it all the time can really quickly turn into someone who is just picking up some bad habits. I just did a really hard circuit. I'm sore from yesterday. I'm tired from not getting sleep because of the babies last night. Whatever it might be, like all of a sudden the person who usually gets it all the time that you're not thinking about gets into some bad habits, hurts their back, strains their neck, does something that is not good for them, and you could be right there to fix it and catch it right away. So what are the things, trainers, what do you do? What do you have your clients, what do you look for? I'd love to know. Throw it in the comments below. Do you regress them? Do you just change them? Do you simply lower the weight? What is your go-to on how to fix their kettlebell swing? Let me know. Guys, train smart, live well. I will see you soon. See you.